Hello, my name's Mark. Welcome to Living La Dolce Vita.
Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to my channel Living La Dolce Vita, and welcome to all my subscribers and anybody that's joined recently. Big welcome to you as well. So we're down the allotment again, another hot sunny day, and to be honest we could do with some rain now. It's getting a bit ridiculous. Anyway, just thought we'd show you what I've been getting up to. So as you can see, I've put some bean poles in for my runner beans when they come, and you may be wondering why I've put singles instead of what they normally do is do a double row. It's basically just because this is more than enough for what I need, and I collect the seed mainly for putting in stews really, and I've still got some left over from last year. So I use a few for eating of course, but mostly grown for the seeds. Now then, trying a little bit of an experiment this year, because I dug a narrow trench along here, filled it with grass cuttings and bits and pieces. So I've buried a bit of drainage pipe there and up there, and the theory being that I will water on the surface as well, but I can fill that up and it'll drain gradually, work its downhill that way. Yeah, so the asparagus has been doing really well. I could still be picking now, but some of them I'm letting go to seed now, and they will turn to big fronds and feed next year's ground. So yes, I've got a few I can. Oh, it's a nice one to pick. I'll pick them eventually. Right, so what else have I been getting up to? So they're big enough now. I've already done this bed, and I just got to finish off with the weeding. So I've been cutting down the broad beans in between the onion sets. Now if I can show you the reason why, on this particular one here, I experimented early because obviously I didn't want to cut these down to the base too soon. Right, so if I pull this one up, I'll see if I can get it up without leaving the root behind. Let's see. Right, bear with me. So I don't know if you can see that, those little white lumps on the roots. So that's the nitrogen that's been fixed by the plant. So the idea is I cut these back down to the base, leave the roots in the ground, and they will break down and in theory feed the plant. Whether it's got enough time to break down and feed the plant, I don't know, but regardless it'll feed the next crop that goes in after these anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'll just I've already hand weeded all of this part here, so I'm going to just start cutting these down now, and then of course the tops go in the compost, which means now that when I come to weed this, it's a lot. In the middle of the bed this weed comes up quite easily because the soil is quite loose like that, but I could just as easily just go through with this little thing, and yeah, and then they come up quite easily like so. Just got to be a little bit careful when I go around the onions or so. And of course that'll go on the compost as well. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is try and do this one-handed, which is quite difficult. So just cut that off at the base, and then the tops go in the compost, and the roots are left behind. Yeah, that's alright. Anyway, so that's it. Show you the end result later on. Bye for now. Okie doke. So I've cut down to the base of all the broad bean plants that were in this bed. Now, as you can see, I've left some behind. These are a bit small, so I want to make sure that they are producing nitrogen on the roots. So I'm just going to let these grow a little bit bigger before I cut these down. Also, I didn't want to get them too tall because otherwise they're going to be shading out the onions. So I didn't want that, of course. And I've also hand weeded so far up in this bed here. So I'll come back another day and do the rest of this. No point in trying to kill myself and do it all in one go. You know, it's not going to hurt to leave it for a couple of days. Right, so that's that. And all the material that I've generated from here now, I will put on the compost heap. So this is the material I generated earlier. I'm now going to uncover the compost heap. It is now still upwards of 60 degrees, which is, I believe, if I've converted correctly, is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me just check. If I come up a bit higher, yes, it's getting hotter as we get further up. Yeah, so it's hotter as we get to the top. And then if we push it right down to the base, that was in the green zone, which is still active, of course. There we are, it's dropping down now. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so it's obviously cooler down below. So I'm going to take this off and add the more material. Do a bit more sieving of my made compost. Sieve all these bits of twigs out and stuff, and then go back on the compost. That won't hurt. Have another little session of decomposition, as they say. Right, so I'll get back to you in a minute. Bye for now. Okie doke, so that's the broad beans and the bits of weed that I've collected, plus the remains of the compost that I sieved. Okay, just put the cover on it and see what the temperature goes up to. So, according to this thermometer, we're at an ambient temperature of 20 degrees. So we'll now put this in. Stopping around 50 degrees. Let's see what it's about. A bit further up. Yeah, it's climbing up again. Crikey. Yep. Whew. Hard work. Putting sieving all that compost. Anyway, so just to finish off then, I'm going to pick some asparagus just to have for tea tonight. one there. Just got a nice one here. Right, I think that'll do. Okay everybody, so that'll be it for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.